flash mobs? Do people still do those? That's the response I get when I tell people what I do for work. Over the last 6 years, I've been designing public events and corporate workshops that leave people feeling happier and more connected to each other. How? We dance. I know some of you would rather have a root canal than dance in front of others. I get it. But honestly, all I'm trying to do is get people moving. Even that can be a challenge. Showing up as our authentic self can be scary and sometimes intimidating, especially at work. Thankfully, workplace wellness programs have evolved from walking challenges and weight loss challenges to reduced insurance rates for those who quit smoking. We've been given gym memberships. And on-site fitness classes. Yoga, at first, an unfamiliar practice, soon became mainstream, along with stand-up and treadmill desks. We learned that moving our bodies throughout the day is great for relieving stress, connecting with colleagues, and enhancing productivity. And as a result, we just feel better. Dancing, whether in public or at work, creates a sense of belonging. This team-building activity promotes communication and collaboration, so it's more than a health initiative. It's a brilliant business practice. It's a bridge between a workforce of various ages, identities, skills, titles, beliefs, and behaviors. It's ridiculously easy. You can initiate the concept of more movement at work. Turn on some tunes and strut your stuff. Get your groove on, shake your tail feathers. Or hop up from your cubicle and yell, "Bunny hop," and lead your team down the hall. Or for the shy ones, individual offices are great for the hokey pokey. Even remote workers need a boogie break. Cameras on or off, a shared hop, jiggle, or jive returns people back to their desks feeling energized, connected, and ready to tackle the rest of the day. As a wellness practitioner, I create opportunities for people to engage in fun, easy choreography, like the flash mob we made for an executive leadership team of a global hotel chain. They reached out after seeing our social media, wanting a team building experience, and of course, we said, flash mob. The leadership team wanted to perform for the hotel staff at the company's anniversary celebration. We addressed any initial hesitancies and vulnerabilities with a tutorial video of the choreography that each person got to practice in the comfort of their own home. Then we scheduled in-person practice sessions. Now, it's not like they were a professional dance company. Just one person had a dance background. No, this 30-person leadership team simply welcomed a unique experience to foster fun and a sense of belonging. It humanized them. They modeled company values and created an unforgettable experience. They bonded through the boogie. Because on the dance floor, there's no corporate hierarchy. If you want to succeed in building a better work environment, you need to make belonging your superpower. Now, if you don't want to showcase a finished product like a flash mob, but still enjoy structure, let's try a midday dance class where you can learn specific dance moves, get your steps in, and have a lot of fun at work. Picture a workplace where you pass a coworker in the hall on the way to a meeting, or you run into a colleague in the break room. You do a quick little shimmy, and you walk on, grinning. Another option is a midday dance class, or maybe a silent disco where everyone dances to the same music in their headphones, keeping things a little quieter. There are almost endless options to add more movement into our lives. Now, some of you might be thinking, okay, this sounds fun, but making it work at my work is out of my comfort zone. Let me introduce you to the law of diffusion of innovation. This theory, developed back in 1962 by E.M. Rogers, describes how new ideas spread. You'll see that you don't need everybody to be on board. Just a few people can get the party started. First are the innovators. They're the employees, neighbors, and friends who get things started. They're the ones who bring the music and organize the space. They're the first to shimmy their shoulders and shake their hips. The next bunch are the early adopters. They really want to be part of something that mirrors their own sense of joy and belonging, as long as someone else goes first. Hey, that looks like fun, I'm in, but don't watch me, okay? My neighbor Newton is a great example. His wife and kids love dancing, but it wasn't quite his thing. So we found him a role. He became our crossing guard, dressed in a costume policeman's cap and a green neon cape. He happily directed traffic as a 60-person conga line danced across the street. Newton was an early adopter once he felt safe. Feeling safe is essential to the human experience. Google conducted a study called Project Aristotle to determine what makes teams successful. They discovered that psychological safety is the most important factor. So as long as we make space for different personalities, it follows that dancing at work, at home, or in the streets will be successful. Now, speaking of success, our conga line did so well that strangers decided to join in and became the early majority. Each was able to embrace playfulness in their own way. Early adopters like Newton made their comfort possible. About 1/3 of us are in the early majority. We're slow to convince. I was the only one who didn't do the bunny hop last week. I guess if you can't beat them, join them. Then there's the late majority. These skeptics only join in after an idea proves to be popular and accepted. Finally, the laggards. You'll always have people resistant to new ideas. Thankfully, they make up a small percentage. So, to spread a new idea, all you need are the first two groups, and the rest will follow. George Bernard Shaw famously declared, "You don't stop playing because you get old. You get old because you stop playing." And we're just not playing enough. A study conducted by NASA concluded that 98% of children are born creative geniuses. As adults, just 2% still qualify. Not playing, laughing, and joining in carefree movement stifles creativity and impacts our mental and physical health. So, do people still do flash mobs? I sure do. It's been bringing me and countless others so much joy over the last 6 years. Joy is something we all deserve to feel. So give yourself permission to dance. Woo! Thank you.